Hello there, wrestling fans! Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe the Panther, the third, and man, we're in the middle of Canadian Wrestling Week, and right now, we're getting in, but my guest she's a little busy, so she will be here soon. It's Sam Kelly, and she's an awesome female wrestler. She speaks a lot of French, but we'll get into that when we get her back. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Sam Kelly. Welcome, Sam. Welcome.
Everyone. So
Welcome.
happy to be there. Finally.
Yes. It took us a while, and I knew that this would be the perfect timing to get you, Sam. This is Canadian Wrestling Week. If my American fans are not familiar with you and your wrestling, and I love your tattoo, by the way, introduce yourself.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Sam Kelly. I'm from the IWS Dojo in Montreal. I've been doing wrestling for like 2 months now. I'm taking bookings, but I've been training for like a year by the amazing Shane Hawk. So my style is a little bit like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, if you know her. Natural selection is like my move signature, And I'm just a girl who discovered wrestling and fell in love with it completely and never once leave. So this is a person that I am, and this is a wrestler that I am.
Awesome. So, who trained you?
Who trained me? It was Shane Hawk. Shane Hawk is the best coach ever. I remember when I first started to go train, I was like not healthy. I was like 50 pounds more than what I have now. Okay. And I was completely anxious and completely nervous of everything. My anxiety was on the top. And when I introduced the IWS family, it's really that. It's really a family. And Shane Hogg was the first one to say to me, hey, you have talent. I believe in you. And it's my wrestle dad. Just wrestle dad.
Oh, wow. So, with your you just getting your feet now wet in the wrestling business. What was like your first day in training like? Were you like anxious? Were you excited? Like, did you
Oh,
know what you were gonna get yourself into yet, or like?
yeah. I, I, I was really anxious. And everybody on the IWS that was with me can tell you that I was anxious. Because it was not rare that I'm gonna have like a panic attack. Even now, like 1 year later, I have some, but everyone was like knowing for sure that I had like very anxious moment and panic attack and anxiety and. So that was not fun.
Ugh,
That was not
yeah.
fun, but hey, I figured it out. And the fact that I just, like I said, enter our family, it changed everything. It changed everything because you're not alone. And anybody at this place wants to make you feel alone. It's like you're like this. You're
Like
like
in mafia, you're in the family.
family.
You're in
Family.
the family, yes. So,
Exactly. And
so
that builds a relationship, but also builds confidence. When you don't have one, it's really special to come to somebody, even though that this person will tell you like you have talent, that is really positive. It changed the speech that you have in your head about yourself. Like for example, I was having like this speech negatively for like 10, 20 years of my life. And suddenly people just come around and said, no, you have talent. I believe in you. So you just change it because you heard it so many times and people just show you love. and you're like, okay, maybe I deserve this love, you know? So you just change the speech, the way that you see yourself and everything. And yeah, one year later, boom,
Mm.
everything changed. And I'm just
So,
really
so,
grateful for that.
so, Sam, let's flash a little forward. What was it like for your what were you going through your mind when you first went through the curtain for the first time?
For my first match,
Yes, yes, your first
okay.
match.
Let me say about you that I wasn't understand what I was doing in my head.
Mm,
The speech that I had, it was like, what I'm gonna do, why I'm doing that. You know, you're so nervous, you're so anxious, you want to do good, you want to make sure that you get your reputation in and everything, that you just have to remember that you have to have fun with that. You know what I
mm,
mean?
yeah.
It's just not, yeah, it's the reputation because you work for it and everything, but just to have fun, you know. So my first impression was like, okay, I'm gonna do something very big and I don't know if I'm ready, but you have someone. My coach was there, Shane Hawk was there, and he was like, no, you can do it, you will do it. And after the match, the feeling that I had was incredible, because you're like, okay, I freaking did it, I freaking did it, you know. And
Mm,
to see the progression, it's unbelievable. It's,
mm,
I have no word. Even on this day, I have no word, because it's like two completely different things, but you know that it's something that you really wanted, and you get it, you already get it. So that was the feeling that I had.
awesome. So, Sam, is there any other place the in Canada or in the world that you would like to travel to wrestle to that you have not been to yet? But like in a top 5 places you would like to travel to that you haven't been to yet, like what would they be?
Oh my god, that is a good question. I think for sure, if I can go to Europe, I will be like freaking mind blowing. United States, you know, USA. It's always a great place to wrestle. Um, I think for now it's gonna be like the biggest dream that I can possibly imagine, because for me, now that I wrestle more in Montreal or, you know, Ontario, it's like building up a dream, you know,
Mm,
because it's more realistic. So I'm like, okay, maybe Europe, maybe USA, maybe you know, Mexico, maybe you know. So the first that I'm thinking of is really like Europe, USA, and Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like my tying question with that? You said Mexico, like, is there any like Mexican wrestlers or wrestlers that you've seen on Instagram or like anywhere you've been watching on YouTube that you really like? You seriously want to wrestle them? That you like? You've been like watching them and you're just like, I could wrestle them.
Not really, because I didn't start to my research about Mexico yet and some places yet. But I know that if, for example, I have the chance to have a match against Rey Mysterio, come on, it's already big. It's
Yeah.
already, but yeah, I know that if I'm gonna do my research about it, I will have like some wrestler that I'm gonna be like, okay, I can have a match with this person. Is gonna be great, you know. But I didn't do it yet, so I'm like,
Mm, yeah. So do you like what is your like week of a show like? What is like your like week during that week you have a wrestling show. What is like your whole week like? What is it like lined up like?
I think first of all is to have my practice in. So the more that I can be either the US dojo that we call it, and get my grips in and make sure that I'm gonna be ready and feel ready is a must, because my my big battle right now is my anxiety. So it's like having a little demon in my head constantly saying that I'm not good enough to do something, But in the other hand, I'm like having something cool with the IWS dojo will prove me every time that I'm there that I can do something. So it's like 50-50 all the time. So to make sure that I'm going to be ready and feel ready, it's to get my rep in. And you know, when you go to this class, you have nobody saying, no, that is not great, that is not good, or you're doing wrong. If you do it wrong, it will say to you, but respectfully. So
Mm,
to make sure that I'm gonna have the good, how can I say it, the good speech in my mind before my match, that is a must. Because obviously my battle with anxiety is already something big in my life, and it control, you know, a big part of my life. But my reps in have maybe have a good food, have a good work. You know, I have this place that I'm working like 40, 40 hours a week. So it's very important that I
wow.
love my job. So to feel accomplished, to feel make sure that I feel accomplished at the end of the week, because
Mm,
it's a big part of my day. But make sure that I can be at the dojo and feel great. That is a must. That is a must.
awesome. So, with you being from Canada, like, is it French fries for you or is it poutine for you?
What do you mean about that?
I know because there's a lot of people that I speak to that are like podcasters from Canada. They always tell me, "Man, Joe, once you have poutine, it's
Oh
like
my
you
god,
won't
poutine
never
is so
have
great.
French fries again." Like, are they that good? Because like I heard back in the day, all the time, poutine is the bomb. Like, is it
Joe, Joe, listen to me. Poutine,
okay? Okay. Is there different types of poutine? Is there
you
like
can have one, yeah, yeah.
okay?
But the good one is the original one. Don't come for me. It's the original one, like cheese, fries, and yeah, the sauce. The sauce is everything. It's everything.
Okay. I guess I
Go-
have to take a trip to Canada because,
Yeah,
like, I've always wanted to
go.
take the trip to Canada, and I gotta try it, and I'll be eating there with a bit. You'll be laughing at me with a big bib on, like, "Yo, what the hell's the bib for? I don't want to make a mess. I don't
Yeah,
want to be the guy with the."
no, I'm not gonna laugh. I know this feeling.
You'll
Believe
you'll
me, I know
you'll
this
turn the
feeling.
camera, and I'll have like gravy and cheese like coming off my mustache, like the kid eating spaghetti. Be like, Joe, you got a little something on your mustache.
Can you imagine with Putin? Oh my god.
Because I went to a garlic festival with my mom, and I was like, "Oh, I saw all the stuff, the Greek food, blah blah," and they had a poutine. It was like, "Oh, my mom, they got poutine," but the line, Sam, went all the way down to the end of the place. I was like, "What the hell?" And my mom's like, "Why is this line so long for poutine?" And I said, "I have heard so much about poutine from the wrestlers we talked to from Canada all the time." It's like,
It's
what?
like
That's
we don't
why.
move, we stay.
You know, I was gonna go, but my mom's like, "You'll be on this line till we leave." I'm like, "If I don't get my poutine, I'm gonna be sad." Like, I didn't do it, but I know if I go to Canada, that's the first thing I gotta look for.
Can
Place
you give
that has
me
poutine.
minutes? I'm gonna close the door.
Yes. One more thing. It just thank you so much, Sam, for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. I
Of
am Joe
course.
Panther the third. Your
What?
turn. Your turn. I'm saying
What?
we're doing the
What?
goodbye.
Say?
Just say your name. Just say your name.
Oh, Sam Kelly. Hi.
Yes, and we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.